Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire to Arnold Howlnet News with our co-hosts getting in their car right now. We're exiting the Mojave Wasteland here in California after Mobile Gamer's wedding. But you know what? Being the king of Triple B, it's a 25-8 type of job. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
How's the Animal Crossing? We got a report from Animal Crossing first. How's it going?
Fantastic.
It's going fantastic. As we're parked here and we have a lot of activity going on here in the Mojave Wasteland. This guy's like staring me down right now. I'm a little uncomfortable at the moment. But we have some news inside of Star Wars Galaxy Road, so why don't we get on over to it? It's not the biggest road ahead of all time. It's kind of a continuation off the last one, kind of dialing in some information on the new territory battle, the rise of the You're getting a good laugh over there. Hey, but the good news is we got some gear crunch alleviation. We have some anniversary. We're at 7 years. My gosh, I've been playing this game for 7 years. Can you believe it? Remember when I was a nerd playing in college?
I'm still a nerd playing.
Yeah, I'm still a nerd. That much hasn't changed. The other only notable things here, we have a couple more details about the rise of the Empire. We also have, as we said, these special awards for the 7th anniversary. I mean, it's free stuff. I mean, I wish there was a full Omicron. It's only one, but still, I'm not going to complain. It's free stuff. It's going to help people. 5 Zimdal cards. Very nice. Wish there was some Relic 8 materials in there. But on top of that, Gear Crunch 2.0 update. Wow, I wish I had my air horn right now. Some information about third sister Reva, and we also got the official confirmation of the last requirement for Dr. Aphra, Sana Staros, which we found through the leak, as well as an unofficial confirmation a week ago or so. Seems like that's coming out next week if I had to guess. But this is most for Gear Update Phase 2. Now I gotta double check. I'm not sure in my portable setup here I have the intel. If we actually got through all of Phase 1, I feel like we're missing on like 1 or 2 things. I gotta go back and check, but nonetheless, we got Phase 2. They claim it's gonna come in December. We'll see. It took them a year to get through Phase 1, and they forgot about it. So let's just go ahead and start reading through the main things I think you guys want to know about. So we have the 7th anniversary things. We'll kind of skip through that. Always good to get freebies inside of Galaxy Heroes, celebrating 7 years. Guys, come on. That's I mean, Galaxy Heroes has its problems, of course, but 7 years for a mobile game, it's still something to brag about right there. So let's take a look at it. The new territory draws near, following the exciting yet ominous rise of the Empire in the period between Star Wars TM, Revenge of the Sith, and Star Wars TM, A New Hope. This event has more zones than previous territories and will evolve over time with new bone zones. I'm really curious about this. They said this when Territories first was introduced in, 2017 with Hot Territory Battles. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to update the zones and nodes. They never did. Yeah, it would have been great seeing them update with new characters on the nodes or gear. They haven't done that, but they claim this is going to be the time to do it. I suspect they're going to keep to it this time because they found a way to do it with Conquest, keeping Conquest up to date, Galactic Challenge. I'm assuming they're going to take those tools and apply it over here. As there are no dark or light side restrictions in this new territory, it will be available to select during any TB window, meaning you can run the new territory twice a month if your guild fills up to the challenge. I think a lot of people are going to want to for the good reward, and I have a feeling Relic 10's coming around the corner, but we don't need to get too crazy right now. Furthermore, players will be able to utilize their entire roster, including all territory Omicrons, whenever they're playing this event. And then here we go. Guilds currently earning higher level rewards than Geonosis Separatists. Mike, can I just put this out there? We're getting a new territory. There hasn't been a single guild that has been able to max out Galacta, the light side GOTB, Republic Offensive. Pretty funny. Should be expected. So if you're getting high rewards in Separatist Might, Republic Offensive, you should do well for the success of the new territory battle. While it can vary greatly from guild to guild, we expect guilds to generally move to this territory battle when they are earning around 20 stars from light side Geonosis territory or getting close to max stars on dark side Geonosis territory. So like my free-to-play guild, not probably quite hitting those metrics yet. I'm in a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren focus free-to-play guild, but my main guild, one of the best guilds in the game, it's going to be a cakewalk. So I'm curious to see what's going to be like. I'm assuming December is probably where we're going to see all this. And just like any territory battle, there's like specific bonuses for particular characters. Here for the light side tier, we're going to get Jyn Erso, K2, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Old Ben, Bodhi Rook. Watch, this guy's going to be so like overpowered, you're going to gear him up. There's been no reason to gear a Bodhi. He's pure booty at this point. Dang, you see what I did there? I don't know. She gave me a weird look on that one. Mixed tier. This is where we talked about, and they already said this, Jabba the Hutt's going to be needed for this territory battle. He's probably going to become one of the most important galactic legends in the game, and it's already one of the best in general from a PvP standpoint. Jabba the Hutt Hondo, great saying Hondo's going to get a little bit of love, which is kind of weird because I guess we saw some of Hondo in that period in the Rebel TV show. Dr. Aphra, Kira, Ahsoka Tano, Fulcrum, and then the dark side, Grand Inquisitor, second sister, third sister, Reva. In case you missed it, we were confirmed a while ago that third sister Reva is going to be the Territory Battle exclusive award. Lord Vader, first time seeing a galactic legend get specific bonuses here. So that's new on the list here. Director Krennic and Gar Saxon. Man, that guy really sucks. Is that a good joke? No? Okay. I'm working on it. It's hard to do it on the fly when I got people staring at me here. And here we go. Careful planning around character usage in aligned and mixed zones, as well as platoons and mission requirements will be the utmost importance. We highly recommend just a casual reminder to get maybe your Jabba the Hutt, your Inquisitors, maybe that Scythe, or Dr. Aphra. All this stuff you guys should be having right about now. Geared up and ready to go for this event as they are required for certain missions. So, there is a new guild event token coming. This is kind of what I expected, people. Some people didn't see it. I always expect a new token to come out because they're going to release exclusive stuff with guild event token currency 3. Why would they release new stuff and have you have all the hoarded up currency? I have hundreds of thousands of currency hoarded. Just started spending because I'm like, I even told myself, do I really need 500,000 currency? They're likely going to release a new token, and they do. Let's read it. Battle across the galaxy, 6 phases across 18 planets. Woo, that's a lot. I'm actually really excited about this. In the starting zones, earning rewards like the new exclusive Third Sister Reva and the new guild event token currency 3, as well as guild event token currency 2, so you're not locked out of those shipments. The return of the 6 phases allows us to create more phases of content, as well as provides a consistent experience for timing of each phase. And then, we already kind of know about this, but here, let's take a look at it. We got 3 sectors, of course, light side, dark side mix. Here's the planets you're going to be exploring. Coruscant, Bracca, Kashyyyk, Lothal, Ring of Kafrene? Boy, I don't remember that one. Scarif. That's going to be the light side zones here. Ring of Kafrene, is that... What is that? Is that the only thing I can think of is that Halo-looking ring from the Mandalorian Season 2 before I Book of Boba Fett. Mixed alignments: Corellia, Felucia, Tatooine, Kessel, Vandor, Hoth, Darkside planets, Mustafar, Geonosis, Dathomir, Haven-class medical stuff, Statriari. Boy, sounds like when I was ordering your Starbucks. I couldn't pronounce brulee. Malachor and the Death Star. And then we have also, we're going to get encounters like the Petronaki Arena. That's one thing I think makes Territory Battles fun. It's kind of got like that mini raid experience. You want to relive Star Wars moments, right? You don't want to just feel like you're going through some basic simulation. You kind of want to feel like you're living a small memory experience. So success across the Territory will require strategic thinking around which teams and characters to be used in light, dark, and mixed. Furthermore, guild coordination will be more important. So platoon bonuses. So as you platoon things, the thing that I'm looking forward to is learning, all right, what teams are going to be platooned and what teams are going to have to find out they're going to be needed. This is where I think Territory Omecards are going to be huge, like Rebel Officer, Organa, Finn, while you're platooning some of those big teams, like maybe some Resistance or whatnot. This is going to be important. So we're not going to go through all these bonuses right now, and they're also still balancing and testing. But Third Sister Reva. All right, Inquisitors. It's been an ongoing discussion. The Inquisitors, I think the reason why I'm having a hard time loving them is you can tell they were designed with a missing block because they intended datacrons to fill in that block during a given season. I don't like that in a team. I want a team to be good, and then the datacron just takes them a little bit above and beyond what they were designed to do. That's the problem I have with the Inquisitor, and they're a very expensive team, but nonetheless, they're going to be important for this territory battle, for other mini game modes that we have out there. And Third Sister Reva is going to address something that's really been annoying me, Inquisitors being better in Grand Arena. Because right now, you're solely relying on a good Datacron season for the Inquisitors to be good. And for a Legendary, it's kind of a bit of a letdown. But they're positioning Third Sister Reva as a Grand Inquisitor level-powered character. And they're both, sounds like they're going to be in the same team. So I expect, we're not going to get Third Sister Reva this year likely. But next year, I expect Inquisitors to be a more important team. Time will tell. As I mentioned before, Inquisitors play a significant role during the rise of the Empire. It just sounds good when I say it like that. This new territory battle reflects that and will reward a brand new unit, Third Sister Reva. Being a new territory battle acquired unit, Third Sister power level is aimed to be similar to that of the Grand Inquisitor. Challenging galactic legend in Grand Arena. That's a bold statement. Now we know, again, with certain Datacrons, you can beat like Jabba the Hutt, but those Datacrons come and go. I want to see, can I beat good level stuff without the need of Datacrons? Maybe I'm a boomer. Maybe this is me being a 2015 player. I don't believe Datacrons should be our way of analyzing how good a team is in the game. Through her Omicron ability. So she's going to have Omicron Grand Arenas and Omicron Territory Wars for Grand Inquisitor. So this is going to be a faction. I'm hoping it's going to be I mean, in territories, they are a bit better, I will admit, but I don't really care as much about that. But if they're great in Grand Arena territories, I might be a huge fan of this team. Come next year, it's just they've been dragging this on for a little bit too long. While Grand Inquisitor builds up as the battle progresses, Third Sister is impatient and comes out swinging. She'll also be a tank, providing Inquisitorial squads a flexible composition. Now, this is interesting. I never imagined her being a tank. I was expecting more of an attacker type of thing, but nonetheless, it's going to be a tank, so I guess we'll find out what that's going to look like. But here we go. With the caveat that she's still undergoing bounce passes, her leader ability Zeta tier will start all enemies with 5 stacks of Purge. Teamed up with Grand Inquisitor and his version of Patient, all enemies will start at max Purge stacks of 6. That's pretty deadly, because what that means, especially in territories, we don't know what Reva's going to do. Inside of territories, that means Grand Inquisitor's basically going to start off right away and likely insta-kill someone, if there's a Jedi especially, on the other team. So that's kind of a really big thing. Sorry, when you hit 6 stacks of Purge, Grand Inquisitor gets a bonus turn, and he can pretty much kill someone off. It can't hit-scale Galactic Legend, but nonetheless, that's going to be pretty big, even for territory. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's funny, that's seeing that. What did I say? I have a feeling that Third Sister Reva is going to replace Grand Inquisitor as the lead. It's going to be kind of funny seeing how that works out. Allowing the Inquisitor teams under her to impose on the enemy team quickly, taking inspiration for her backstory and seeing in Obi-Wan Kenobi TM series. The first time Reva is defeated, she revives with hatred. So held by hatred that we only saw in Darth Sign, which is kind of interesting. This will allow her to, she definitely had hatred a few times there. She survived, remember when she survived Vader 2 times? 2 times. Goodness, talk about lucky. This will allow her to self-revive a second time during the battle, making her a tough target to take down. That sounds pretty good. Held by hatred, it's not as appreciated, but if you guys remember back in 2018 when Cyan came out, it was a big deal. Cyan was really annoying to take down, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she's doing for Inquisitors, and depending on how she looks, if you don't need data crowns anymore to compete with some Galactic Legends, I'm going to be a fan of this team. I will. I think, my suspicion is I think we're going to have a consistent Kenobi counter that doesn't require data crowns with Inquisitors come next year. I'll take it a step further. Kenobi Cat, that's really bold. Have to wait and see. So here's where I think most people are going to be interested in. Gear update changes. People, I've been telling people, I don't think Gear 12 is as much of a gear crunch as playing for free in the free-to-play, and even on my main account, because it's only one tier of gold gear, and you can usually kind of get that ready, plan in advance, because it takes so long, in my opinion, to go from Gear 10 to 12, mainly because of Chirotechs and other stuff that's getting scrapped away. They're targeting specifically Gear 10 through 12, so we're getting some gear reward changes, and we're also getting some gear update phase 2 changes. Let's take a look. As mentioned, the last road ahead, we will update the gear rewards of the existing Hoth and Geonosis territory battle with the release of Rise of the Empire territory battle. There will be an increase in the lower star rewards, which is great, which will smooth out the ramp up to the top prizes. These changes are intended to help newer and lower power guilds get caught up, but still preserve the clear incentive to push for higher star counts. Very nice, but here's the good stuff. Gear update phase 2. We got to hold them to this because they did not do a good job last year. I think we had to remind them several times. They forgot, it looked like, that they had more stuff to do. We had to remind them. As we enter a 7th year, we continue to be committed to bringing new and exciting experiences like the territory battle to you, and we're also committed to ensuring that our new, returning, and existing players are able to access all the game has to offer. With that in mind, we're announcing significant changes to a wide range of gear items modeled after character shard acceleration. It sounds like we're getting double drops for gear permanently, certain gear. That makes me really excited. 2 times 0 still 0, but I'd rather work with a 2 times 0 scenario than a 1 times 0 scenario. At a high level, these changes will double the amount of most gear available to all players and then adjust the salvager to limit impact into relics. And so there's going to be no impact on relics. So even though you're getting double gear for a lot of stuff, man, this is great. Hopefully it's going to be as good as it sounds. It's not going to affect the relic system, so you're not going to get relics faster. It's going to be like a net neutral 0 impact on them. So think of it like the shard shop. We got the double drops for some characters. It didn't really make an impact on the shard shop conversion. These changes are designed to be focused on accelerating gear and not dive significantly changing relics for the moment. So let's walk through the major goals. So here's the number 1 goal: to help existing players get new characters up to speed and useful and high-level content. Oh man, how many streams have we had where we struggle getting through the purple gear? And we spend more time gearing than playing the game, and that's a little perverse in my mind. As the game has grown, so has the difficulty and requirements for many events, bringing a marquee character up to viability in a game where strong squads are often the Relic 5. What do we do when we test? You got to have at least kind of Relic 5 to kind of get an idea of what you're doing, and it takes an hour and a half to get to it if you're going all in. It's a longer road than we first introduced marquees many years ago. These changes will help shorten that journey and get characters up to snuff so you can feel confident and use them in a wider variety of modes sooner. This also benefits older journey events, which is going to be nice to help get characters like Jabba and Dr. Aphra faster. Great, but newer players. This game is very daunting for new players. I had a lot of people that try, and it's just too daunting. The gearing process is tedious, it's overbearing, and you feel like you're so far behind you can't enjoy the game. Well, they're going to try to help. New players have 7 years of release and content to catch up on. That's a lot. That's why I say if you're coming in as a new player, there's a lot of stuff to engage in. While we ensure long-term progress of our oldest players is still valuable and respected, newer players need to be able to pursue top-tier characters earlier on their experience. Just as for new existing players, new players need to unlock Journey Guide characters more quickly. It takes a while. We did a free-to-play series for Supreme Leader Kyle Ren. Being in a bad guild, like trash guild, basically, they couldn't really do much. It took us about a year to start to get a Galactic Legend. Now things are kind of rolling a little bit faster, but a year to get a top-level shelf character is kind of a lot, in my opinion. So they need to get enough of the gear supply early and to work on multiple squads at once, and early players will explore their favorite characters. They also need to be able to reach the relic system swiftly and begin being competitive. So here's what we have. All the gear items below Gear 12, excluding the Mark 12 Arm Attack, Mark 12 Churka items, the suite of purple items only using Gear 12 pieces, and injectors in addition to Chirotechs will see their quantities double. So unfortunately, I was really hoping the Chirotechs were going to get doubled. It seems like that's still going to be kind of a crunch. We'll see their quantities doubled on most nodes, events, and shipments. So PV nodes, raid rewards, mythic events, assault battles, territory battles, grand arena championships, territories, galactic challenges, conquest end rewards, old journey guide events. Oh boy, I'm surprised they're going that far. Quest achievements, quantities available in most shipments as well. Any packs and bundles. What's not being adjusted is the gear challenges. They'll remain unchanged. Daily activities and place that reward Gear 12 only. So, and here's a list of. It's a spoiler. I don't want to spoil it, but here you go. Here's all the stuff that's not going to be affected by it, and there's the Chirotech. Big sad. That's honestly the biggest problem for Gear 10 through 12. It's a good step in the right direction. I feel like this is the biggest part that's a little unfortunate. But hopefully with all the currencies coming in, you're diving into the shipments and pulling out those Chirotechs where possible, and maybe this new territory will give us additional opportunities. Other changes: gear acceleration items have their salvage conversion to relic materials reduced by 50%. Shipment price of the goods are reduced by 50%, which is great. And they plan a marquee bundles to increase it. But they claim right here. Let's see if we can hold them to it. I'm sure one of the first questions many of you guys are asking is, when are all these changes happening? Is it going to be a year like it was last year? While there may be some further changes to gear in the future as we closely monitor the impact, all these changes will be released alongside the new territory battle in December. So they're saying next month. You think they can do it? Hit that like if you think they can. Hit that like if you think they can't. I know, it's a very scientific pull. Getting to Gear 10 through 12 will be a smoother experience, and your characters will be up and running faster than ever. We will monitor these effects of the gear changes closely to ensure they have an effect we intended. We hope you are excited for these changes in the future. Again, happy for this. Better late than never. This stuff I feel like should have been introduced when relics were introduced. I feel like they're a couple years late to it. It's great to see that they're doing it though, nonetheless. Now moving on, Dr. Aphra, Sana Staros. So the good news is, first, the leak was right. Sana Staros is coming. We kind of had a feeling, especially after the SWH event server, which is kind of the unofficial yet official Discord server. They updated the banner a little early. Maybe they were told it was coming. They kind of got a heads up to post it, but we heard about this leak several days or weeks prior. There's been a history of this year of the leaks coming true, and that's why we made a video card at the top right-hand corner of other leaks, rumors, speculations kind of existing out there, and there's a track record, but you know what? Maybe CG is going to try to throw it off guard, so we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case. But nonetheless, Dr. Aphra Sana Stars is the final requirement for Dr. Aphra's Legacy event, which will be coming soon, and with the release, the countdown to the event will begin. Patterned by Starkiller's Legacy event, this will require you to have Hondo, Onaka, BT, Trip, and Sana Stars at Relic 5 to participate and earn her shards. So the information on Sana is going to be forthcoming, but we thought we'd give you a sneak peek at what Dr. Aphra will be bringing to the table. So it's meant to be exceptional in Grand Arena. I think CG's noticed that there's not really a lot of hype around Territory War specific legendary characters. It's got to be kind of Grand Arena, I feel like. I think that's kind of the right take on the matter there. I don't think people would be nearly as excited. This is a Territory War. thing. So Starkiller, fantastic. I hope Dr. Aphra's going to be fantastic. She's going to also be fairly well in 3v3, it seems like, as well. But she's going to be dark side, not neutral like Hondo. So she's going to have a dark side alignment, Scoundrel synergy, so kind of as we expected. This isn't quite like Starkiller where the requirements aren't related to Starkiller, and they're not all used except Mara Jade for Starkiller. This, you're farming the requirements, and you got the team. And it's going to give you flexibility for the dark side and mixed paths as well. And she's got an affinity for droids. This is cool. So she'll be reviving a selection of them mid-combat, as well as summoning a hacked Separatist commando droid, our first playable commando droid. First playable commando droid that we have at her side to start about. So really cool. So spawnable unit. Really cool stuff. Characters that spawn units are generally valuable. I guess Mon Moth is the exception. You can't really spawn her unit in a variety of situations. So we'll have to wait and see. Her Omicrons are designed for 5v5 Grand Arena, but we do have some Omicrons for BT and Trip that are for 3v3 Grand Arena. So we'll have to wait and see how that works. I don't like 3v3 specific Omicrons because 5v5 Omicrons work in 3v3 Omicrons as well. 3v3s don't work for 5v5, and we'll have to wait and see how it looks like. And then, lastly, nothing too crazy here. It's mostly UI improvements for territory battles. It's mostly going to be beneficial for guild leaders. And that's all, folks. That's all they have for now. So I wouldn't say this is like a transformative road ahead, not the best road ahead I've seen, but kind of just building upon the previous one we had. What was it, September, August, something like that. And mainly, I'm just excited to see that we got these gear changes. That's really the biggest thing. This is going to be huge. I wish that it was a little bit sooner, and I feel like they should have done this a little bit earlier, and then this would have been the update to maybe make the Kyra attacks a little bit faster. So nonetheless, pretty good stuff. Sana Stars, I assume, is coming next week, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we see maybe Dr. Aphra within the same week. I believe the final requirement for Starkiller as well as Starkiller event itself came out pretty simultaneously together, so stay tuned. Seems like we got a couple weeks ahead of us. They're going to be kind of busy. Anything you want to say, Lady the Star Destroyer, the rightful queen and ruler of an Alderaan? What do you got here for me today?
Oh, queen, huh?
Come on, anything good? Say the magic words.
There's so many. I don't know which one.
It's great to be.
It's great to be.
You're dang right it is. Take it easy and remember. Well, you want to do it again?
Not ready.
Okay. It's great to be in the Empire today. I got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. The Mojave Wasteland.